Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube video. Today, we're going to be breaking down Season 3, Episode 6 of From. Now, if you haven't seen From, obviously, spoiler warning, and go watch it. You can find it on Prime, MGM, wherever you can watch it. It's definitely worth the watch. We're going to do a breakdown, analysis, review, and I'm going to make a few theories or sort of speculation / predictions in this video, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into it, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and also check out my Discord, my website, and all my socials down below. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. We're gonna start off with the first scene in the episode, and that was Jim and Tabitha arguing. I thought this was hilarious. Whenever Jim was like, blah, 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 just yapping, and then he said, I'm going back to bed. He goes back to bed for literally 3 seconds, and right after this, he just gets back up and starts screaming in her face again for no reason, and obviously wakes up the kids, and they hear them, and it's a whole shit show, to put it lightly. And Jim was trying to say it's all Tabitha's fault, this, that, and the other, you're not a good whatever, and saying Jim was like, I was taking care of the kids while you were gone doing whatever you were doing. Well, I mean, she was trying to save you from this mysterious town, and you claim that you were taking care of the kids when the kids actually resented you, and you were just not around. You were in your own pity party. Your head's getting bigger every episode, so it's safe to say that nobody's a fan of Jim anymore. I don't mind his character, but I do think that right now it's going downhill for him, and obviously they wrote it this way, but I'm just saying Jim is not on a good pace right now. I secretly think there might be something between Jade and Tabitha, and I think Tabitha might cheat on Jim. They're basically already separated, but I think that might happen. I think they have some sort of chemistry. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think. I'm not much of a shipper based off the scenes that they've been having, and now Jade's spending time with Ethan. It kind of seems like and Jade's gonna start sobering up and solving stuff. I don't know. It kind of seems like that might be the case, but let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, this scene was hilarious and also just annoying, but that was the first scene of the episode, so we got a lot more scenes to cover. This was such a sad scene. Victor's so desensitized to everything that's happened to him in this town, and he tells a sad story of how this mother got this tractor for her son who was dying, and she ended up being stuck in Fromville before she could get it back to the son, who probably ended up dying, and she died in this town, and Victor kept the car, and Henry asked about it. It was the most depressing story that Victor could have responded with when Henry asked him, I haven't seen one of these in a long time, where'd you get it? And Victor responded, that was the most depressing response that I could possibly think of. That was so sad. Just had to point that out. Also, these two actors are just, Scott McCord especially, who plays Victor, unbelievable. What's going on with Kenny, dude? He's not having any importance or meaningful scenes. That's the word I'm looking for. He's not having any meaningful scenes last 2 or 3 episodes. Ever since his mom died, he's just nowhere to be seen. He's just having these weird conversations with Donna. The only thing we saw with him today was him going up to Donna and saying, hey, can I live in the colony house? That's all that happened. That's the only meaningful scene he had. And he was looking for a screwdriver, and then Julie said, oh, sorry, my dad moved stuff around, and then she all of a sudden got really sad. I guess I didn't catch up on that. I really don't know why she got so emotional there and felt sorry for Kenny. It was the screwdriver. If anybody can tell me that in the comments, I did not catch that. And I did watch this at 2 a.m. on 4 hours of sleep, so that's probably why. But either way, Kenny has not had a lot of meaningful scenes the last 2 episodes. I want to see more of him. He was one of the main characters in season 1 and season 2, and then season 3, it's just first 2 episodes are insane, and then Kenny's just he's just there. Or maybe tomorrow we can look at the baby. I don't want it. What other option is there besides going to see this Christy? What other option is there? Hoping that you magically stop craving blood and spoiled potatoes? I get it. She's scared and everything, but they dragged it way too long. This freaking stupid storyline. We all know, the concept of what's gonna happen. Something's gonna be wrong with the baby. Ended up not being there, which I didn't expect. We'll get into that. I'm not gonna get into that now. The dragging of the scene is crazy. That was one filler part of this episode, the Fatima storyline. We know what's gonna happen. Stop sitting there for 30 minutes talking about it. Just go to the doctor and get it over with. I know it's a TV show. They have to take it slow. She complains to Ellis for what feels like 10 minutes, and then she slowly walks down the stairs. Elgin takes a picture of her. She's like, and then she keeps slowly walking down the stairs. Slowly walks outside. Come on, speed it up a little bit. We know what's gonna happen. It's just this storyline's so boring to me because we know what's gonna happen. They dragged it from season 3 episode 1 to now, and we all knew pretty much from season 3 episode 3 that something was wrong with the baby, or season 3 episode 2. We all knew something was wrong with the baby. for like 4 episodes now, and they're finally giving us an answer, which I don't know. I guess that might be too harsh. I'm not saying it's a bad storyline. I'm just saying like this episode, I feel like they just dragged it a little bit. It's like, all right, come on, speed it up. I really did like how Henry here said, no, I just got you back. I'm not leaving you, and went with Victor. I thought that was a real father moment. A lot of people thought Henry is going to be like this, you know, not a real dad, but I think he's actually trying to like get back the time that he lost with Victor. It kind of seems like he's actually sincere about it, which I really like. Boyd lost his wife, his friends. He's, you know, almost lost himself so many times. He's seen people get murdered brutally by monsters, and now he doesn't have a grandchild, you know, or he's not gonna have a grandchild. He's been through so much, man. His character storyline is just, I thought this moment was like really important and definitely overlooked. Boyd taking a moment here, like, damn, man, is anything ever gonna go right? Is anything ever gonna be okay, you know? And it just feels like it's not possible. And we saw that with Boyd's expression here, leaning up against the wall, like, man, this is what I was referring to, like, you're eating blood, dog, all right? You just need to go. Victor, I don't think it's a good idea. Bro, you just got here for a week ago. Victor's been here for 40 years. He knows something you don't. He knows a lot of things you don't, Henry. Get with the program, all right? Understand the situation you were in. You asked to go on this trip with Victor. He allowed you to come, and now you're telling him what to do? Like he hasn't been in these tunnels for 40 years, just scouring this town over and 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 over again? Like, oh my God, I know people were just on the other side of the screen like, Henry, be quiet, just go along with Victor. Like, it was just like, God, man, just follow the leader and you'll see what happens. And of course he did. They ended up being okay, but this was very nerve-wracking. And yeah, let's get to the Jasper part. Before we get to the Jasper part, I did think this was hilarious. Jade running into Tom, the bartender, and Tom just like trolling him and Jade just like screaming at him. I thought that was hilarious. And also it's like Tom helping him, saying like, Jade, it's time you need to get sober. It's time to sober up. It's time to become your old self, the guy who built a multi-million-dollar business, the guy who was on top of his stuff, basically. And I really thought that was an important moment for Jade's storyline. I think we're going to see a lot of change in him again, a redemption arc, you know, you may say. So I thought this was a very important scene and a very, you know, comedic scene. Jade's such a good character. Victor said that Jasper's going to tell them a story. And then Henry's like, Victor's a doll. How is he going to tell us a story? What are you talking about? And then Victor had this weird tone about him whenever Henry said that. Like, Henry said, Jasper's a toy. How is he going to talk? Or he basically said that. I don't know if that was an exact quote. And then Victor said in like a weird tone, I'm going to try to match it, but I don't really know. He's like, we're going to make him talk. You'll see. Like, that's sort of how he was like, you'll see. It was like more of like stern, like not the shy, passive Victor, but it was sort of like an aggressive, like, he's gonna talk, you'll see. Like, it was really serious. And another weird thing about this scene, and I know people are gonna talk about it in the comments, and I've already seen theories about it, but the monsters are down there. Like, there's one in the corner right here, you can see. And then there was one over here. The lady, she's like, Victor, if you keep coming down here, one of these days, we're not gonna let you leave. And it was just so weird. First of all, that they're just talking to him like normal, like it's just a normal occurrence. And it's weird that all these years, Victor has traveled these tunnels, seen these monsters, probably talked to them because he's been there for so long. He's had to have some sort of conversation with them. And then he gets down there, they talk to him and say, if you come down here, we're not going to let you leave. Like, I think Victor knows something. I think Victor knows a lot of things that we think he doesn't know. I think we're gonna see some really big moments with Victor, and we're gonna be like, holy shit, there's no way this has been happening the whole time, or like he's been doing this, or like this has happened. Like, I think we're gonna have some wow moments with Victor. The fact that he's been traveling in these tunnels for so long, not getting injured, not getting hurt. Like, I feel like the monsters may have this, like, they may have this soft spot for Victor. They may feel sorry for him. Maybe he has a relationship with them. I don't really know. I don't know what it's going to be, but I feel like there's something up with Victor's character, considering the sort of chemistry he has with these tunnels, the town, this, that, and the other. Like, I feel like something's going on there. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I feel like something's going on there. Randall asked in a very mean way, but he basically said, like, I'm tired of living the bus. Can I please just have somewhere else to live? And then Marielle said, you can come live in here. And then he had this moment where he was just like, and you could tell he was like tearing up and stuff. I feel like that was a very human moment by Randall. And it's just all I wanted. All he wanted was some blinds and a bed where he didn't have to hear the monsters, see the monsters every single night of every single day, so his head doesn't continue to get effed with like every single day. I feel like that was a very human moment, and I think we're gonna see a lot of change in Randall. I think he's gonna realize that this was karma and that he needs to redeem himself, and he's gonna become a better human. And I could almost see him and Boyd starting to get along. I really do. Or it could go in the complete opposite direction, but I think him and Boyd getting along is definitely an option. 2 bottle trees, and the numbers are matching, which is just very weird. Like, what do the numbers mean? What do they mean? Are they coordinates? Are they the start are they like a pattern? Like, is it have something to do with like numerology? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I really don't know. But like, it's just so interesting how there's certain numbers, specific numbers, and they all match. And one tree is in cursive and the other tree is just in regular writing. It's like, are they just completely effing with him? Or are they actually like trying to give hints what the solution is here? I don't know, but this was so interesting to me. Ethan finally being useful and like helping with the puzzle. Like, I'm sorry, I had to say it. Like, he's finally being useful. He's finally contributing. Instead of just like, I don't know, saying the most annoying lines humanly possible every single episode. I am truly glad to see Ethan getting involved, because it seems like he is a big part of the storyline. He's like, you've seen the boy in white, he's obviously special, and now he's the daughter of someone who's had a dream about this place. Obviously, Ethan's going to be an important character moving forward in the storyline, and Victor, you know, saw comfort with Ethan. Like, he realizes Ethan's a good friend and everything, which is, I just think Ethan's gonna have a big role moving forward, helping Jade and solving this puzzle. Because like, the whole series, it's like hinting at like Ethan thinks this is all a game, it's a puzzle, it's a quest, we have to solve it, this, that, and the other. I think this is gonna start moving forward over the next few episodes, like way faster. The moment when Henry realized that Victor's been here all alone and he just sat in this storage container at night when he was by himself was so sad. Like, Henry genuinely felt for Victor. And then Victor's like, no, it's okay. We have Jasper now. He can tell us everything. And then Victor's like, or that's when Henry said, like, he's just a toy, you can't talk. And then Victor, I'm going to say it again. Victor was like, Jasper's going to tell us. You just watch. You know, it was, I'm just so stuck on how he said it. I'm like, oh my God, he said it in a weird tone, in a weird way. That has to mean something. Bro, look at Boyd's face here. He's like, oh shit. This is not good. And a lot of people were saying they were surprised that I was surprised at this whole storyline's result. The whole time, I thought it was going to be a monster in her stomach. I thought that was like a commonality in the community. Like, I thought we all thought it was going to be a monster, but there's nothing there. There's nothing, which I think is worse. I think it's confirmed that she's just turning into a monster, or she's having this monster effect, or maybe she's turning into the kimono woman who keeps attacking Elgin, or keeps like haunting Elgin. Like, because that's another thing. Like, she was on the picture that Elgin took of Fatima. Could be a foreshadow there that Fatima's turning into kimono. Just saying. The kimono woman, sorry. There's nothing in her stomach. I thought it was gonna be a monster. I really did. I thought it was gonna be a monster. I don't know if I'm the only one, but obviously, like, look at Boyd's face. That was my reaction. I was like, well, that's even worse. There's nothing there. There's nothing they can do. So yeah, that storyline ended in a great way. I just feel like the middle of it a little bit, or middle towards like the three-fourths mark in this storyline was a little like, okay, you're dragging it. Let's get along. Come on, chop here. But the result was amazing. I was actually shocked by this, and I didn't think I'd be shocked. I really didn't. So there's nothing in her stomach. That is worrisome. This is what I was talking about right away. This woman right here, like, it's on Fatima's picture. I feel like that's just them handing us a theory, like, hey, Fatima's turning into this lady. Here's the last normal picture of Fatima. Here we go. You know, I feel like that's almost obvious, but maybe it's too obvious and just a coincidence. I don't really know. Definitely possible, though, that Fatima turns into this creepy statue thing that walks. So, yeah. Very creepy. When I was reacting to this, I was like, who's the little girl? Like, I didn't really put 2 and 2 together right away. I was just like, are we just seeing a little girl, like just one of the kids that used to be normal or whatever, just wandering around the woods and watching this whole storyline play out? And then I realized it's like, oh my God, this is Tabitha in her nightmare when she was a child. Like, it's showing her as a child because when she was a child, she was imagining herself in this town as a child. Oh my God. Tabitha had dreams about this place, Fromville, 30, 40 years ago when she was a child. I mean, we all wanted answers. We got answers, people. That was just, I mean, are you kidding me? And there's a theory going around that Miranda, Henry's wife, Victor's mom, said or not said, but saved Tabitha when she was a child. Like, she was one of the kids that Miranda saved. There's a theory going around. I don't know how that would work. I don't even ask me. We're not there yet, but that's just something I'm putting in the air, putting it in the stratosphere for you guys to wonder about. I'm going to tell you something serious right now, and I want you guys to believe me. I want you to realize how serious I am when I say this. I've watched so many shows, and I've been invested in so many shows. I mean, for crying out loud, I've made over 800 TikToks about Stranger Things over the last 2 years. Okay, there hasn't even been 800 days in the last 2 years. I've made 800 TikToks on Stranger Things over the last 2 years. Okay, over 800 TikToks, and not once did I have this many chills watching Stranger Things or any other TV show in my entire life than I did with this moment. Whenever Tabitha said, I had dreams about this place when I was a child. Miranda wasn't the only one. I mean, like, I was just, my legs, my arms, my shoulders, everything in my body, my hair standing up, everything. It was honestly incredible. I mean, I didn't see that coming at all. And I don't know, is Tabitha Eloise? Like, that theory's been floating around a while. Victor's sister, Miranda's daughter. I don't know, but man, what an ending to this episode. And the ending to all these episodes have been incredible. I mean, I don't think I've watched a TV show ever that's had these type of endings. I mean, seriously, I get it, they're cliffhangers and they're annoying sometimes, but like, they leave us so speechless. I don't think I've ever seen this consistent, this many endings that are this consistently good and surprising. Like, seriously, it's incredible. And I mean, I loved it. I loved this ending so much, where I was just so dumbfounded, so surprised, because I didn't put two and two together. And I was like, oh my God, she's been here in her dreams, but 40 years ago when she was a child. Unbelievable. Overall, I really did think this episode was really good. I know a lot of people didn't like it, and some people were saying it was a filler episode. I did not feel that way. In fact, I would argue this is one of the most important episodes we've had on the show yet, considering we found out that Tabitha had a dream about this place when she was younger, and all the Victor stuff and the tunnels and stuff, and Jasper. I feel like this is one of the most monumental episodes to date. And I think it's one of the best episodes in season 3 yet, if not the best. I loved it that much. I'm serious. I don't know if I'm crazy or whatnot, but man, I really did love this episode. I thought it was so good. I know the Fatima story, little filler here and there, Kenny, this, that, and the other. But overall, I thought it was a really good episode, and we got answers for sure. So to me, really good episode. Really loved it. Could not be more excited for season 3, episode 7. If you guys want me to do a breakdown on that, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna make some more theories about From this week. And my goodness gracious, what a season we have going on here, guys. I mean, this is incredible. I can't express to you the amount of excitement I have for the future seasons. And if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Hopefully we get some answers in the future, in the next episodes, like even more answers with Jasper and everything. I'm so excited for that. That might be the most exciting storyline I've ever had in my life. Like, the most exciting I've been for a storyline ever. So it's incredible. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, but most importantly, have a great rest of your day. Peace out.